Hola chicos, bienvenidos una vez más a mi canal. Mi nombre es Erika y esto es Latina en Canadá, un lugar en donde les hablo sobre mi experiencia y les cuento un poco sobre las cosas que he podido aprender durante el tiempo que he estado acá. Y este video es bastante especial porque no vengo sola. Hoy traigo a una amiga y la razón por la que lo hago es porque primero quiero compartir su historia y segundo porque, pues como saben, he compartido mi experiencia como soltera, pero me han preguntado cómo es cuando vienes con familia y cuando vienes con hijos. Entonces quiero que escuchen por medio de otra persona esta experiencia. Se las voy a presentar. Ella es de Filipinas, así que la entrevista va a ser en inglés. Habiendo dicho esto, empecemos. Con mi amiga, ella se va a presentar en español.
Hola, mi nombre es Pena. Mucho gusto.
Nice. Let's start with the first question. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
As what I said, I'm Pena. That's the only thing that I can talk in Spanish, so we go English. So I'm here a year and a half ago with my family. So I'm happily married and I have twin daughters. And that's all I can say for now.
Yes. Okay, let's go with the second question. Can you share with us your background, like school and work?
Okay, Eric, that's a little bit much, but I will try my best to share so that your viewers can understand further. So I finished Bachelor of Science in Pharmacy, and I am a pharmacist by profession, but I am more into sales. So I've been working with Pfizer for 19 years as a specialist professional healthcare representative. So aside from me working, we also have businesses, which includes medical supplies, hospital equipment. We also have a fish farm. I also have 4 branches of bakery.
Okay.
And a whole other businesses, but those 3 are the main. And I also have 5 bedrooms, our own home, and other properties. So probably your next question will be like, why? But then again, my kids, before leaving the Philippines, they are in first year high school.
Well, hold on.
Not
Because
that?
yes, no, yes.
Okay.
So because you already start talking about it, I want to ask you first, why did you choose Canada to come with your family?
Okay, why Canada? Of all the countries, yes? So coming to Canada is actually my mom's dream because my auntie is here. So I've been hearing about Vancouver, Canada for I think when I was as early as 7 years old.
Oh.
So my mom actually wanted to bring us here, but I guess God has a different way of bringing us here, not on that early part. Otherwise, I won't be having my husband and my twin daughters, and I won't be experiencing the things that I have experienced back home. But to cut it short, we've tried many times, but I guess because we love our life back home, we did not pursue it until when we are on this time of age. So why here? Because nature, no pollution, it's safe, and my brother and my sister are here.
Okay. Like as a complement of the previous question, I will say, what motivated you to come to Canada?
What motivated me to come to Canada? It's actually my children. I can't think of any answer but the education, the good education that this country can provide for my kids. Plus back home, it's kind of struggle because during my time when I finished college, it's kind of the competition of job is kind of stiff. It's hard. You should have you must finish in a very good university in order to get in or get a decent or a good paying job. And Philippines is known for a very high population. So I don't want my kids to experience the things that I experienced, and the opportunity here in Canada I think is wider and it's more evident as compared to my country. So 1 is education, 2 is the environment, and of course 3, safety, and of course the healthcare that this country can provide.
Okay, so 4 things. Okay, because you said that you came here with your husband and with your daughters.
Yeah, that's
so
correct.
Which path did you choose to come to Canada?
Okay, so yes, there are so many pathways in coming to Canada, but for our age, We are, okay, 40-ish. So given that age, the fastest and the best way for us is through international student visa. So what we did is my husband did the international student permit, and with that, the government of Canada is generous enough and they want family togetherness. They want like the whole family to come here. They don't want it separate. So with that, if the one of you is given an international student visa, the spouse will be given an open work permit. And the kids are student permit, so they can study here for free as long as it's grade 12 and below.
Okay, I want to maybe stop there a little bit because I want to highlight something. The first thing is no matter the age, if you want to come here and pursue your education or work in your field, it's actually something that you can do. And also, because I know that a lot of people think that the age is, I don't know, an impediment.
Or you can say it's something that will slow you down, but not actually, no. Canada is so into educating oneself because here in Canada, the government wants everybody to be well educated. So if you are even like 40-ish or even 50 probably, and you want to study here, yes, you can do it.
I think that's one of the things that I like from this country. How do you say when?
They don't discriminate?
Yes. They don't discriminate. So your age is not a factor. Actually, when you do the interview or when you submit your resume, it's prohibited to mention your age because that is not a reason to hire someone or not hire someone. So if you want to, you don't have to put your put your age, and you don't have to put your marital status. Just it was just a little parenthesis, but I wanted to mention that as you mentioned.
Yeah, because here in Canada, discriminating someone is a no-no. So you're correct.
It's against the law.
Yes, so you're correct. You don't discriminate anyone, or when you apply for something, you don't put the age, the gender, and
marital status.
Yeah, and all those other personal stuff. You don't. Your coworker don't even ask you that. It's a no-no.
So yes, here personal life is your personal life. They're just interested on your professional side. You don't have to worry about that, especially age, because that's a really important factor back home.
I guess what Canada is most interested in is what can you contribute to their country.
Yes. You told us what did you have back home, your background, and all the things that you accomplished there. So because of that, I'm wondering, what motivates you to leave all of that things and start here from scratch?
Okay, that's a whole lot of things, Ari. So what motivated me and my family to come here? For me and my husband, it's really our kids' future. Everything else is secondary. So they come here, we send them to good school. Because by the way, public school here is all for free. You just pay a little amount of miscellaneous, but everything is free. Plus they have this good curriculum on skill development. And they don't bombard kids here with too much of the technical side. They do, but not that many subjects, because one subject is like incorporated to one another, and the kids will enjoy it because they kind of like discovering what they can do. It's like sky's the limit. And at the same time, all the projects are all the materials that they will do are all provided by the school. That's one huge plus. Because back home in our country, when they have project, then they have to buy all those materials that they need. And that in a way stops the kid from maximizing the ability to do a really good project or an assignment. Because as what I've said, it's free here, then they can do a whole lot.
Okay, that's a really good tip, because not in Canada, the education, as you mentioned, before grade 12, it's free if you study in a public school.
Yes.
Of course, if you study in a private school, it's going to be more expensive, which is the opposite if you go to higher education. Because university, if you pay in a private school, will be cheaper than in a public school, but it will depend of the career that you want to take, right?
The profession or the chosen major that you want to take in college. So it varies actually. So there are universities here that's run also by the government, and there are really private universities. But you can always check and do your own research in
yes.
what school or university that you want to. But take note, when you send your kids to university, they have a better and higher chance of landing to a more professional and better job. So I think it's like that in any other country. So I don't know if you agree with me with that one.
Actually, now that I just started in a new job, I found out that my coworkers are super young and they have a lot of experience and a lot of skills. And I think that's one of the reasons, because here in Canada, they develop these soft skills.
It's like when you finish grade 12, and then in that grade 12, 11 and 12 is basically like you are more on to practicum, and you get engaged with a job that is really, when you finish grade 12, then you can actually apply. That's I think that's one great job of the Canadian government when it comes to education, because when they finish grade 11 and 12, then yes, they can actually go and find a job. But don't get me wrong, because if you send your kids to a higher education like degree or university degree, or even more so if it's like masteral or doctoral, then they will land still in a more professional and a higher and better paying job. Because after grade 12, they can also go to a certificate. It depends on what program they want to focus, like medical office assistant or registered pharmacy technician or mechanic or welder or any job that you want to focus. So you can be certified with that one, or you get a diploma. Certificate is more of like lesser months of studying.
I think it's the start. You can go for certificate, diploma, bachelor's, master's,
yes,
and so on.
Yes.
So I think that's something nice here. I mean, it's like a combination of a lot of things, and that one is another option, because when you finish your school, you're gonna have a lot of experience, and you develop a lot of skills already, so you're gonna be a good professional. I want to do a clarification, and it's no, it's not about what you said. It's just that she is super into education. After all of this, the fact that you gave up a lot of things back home, and after all of the things that you have there, like your profession, because you can't actually work here as a pharmacist.
That's right.
So giving up material things and all of that a lot of people will say like, no, this is important, and I don't know, like, why? Do you think, I know that you just start, but would you say, is it worth it?
Okay, is it worth it? Well, I will answer that part on the latter part. But material things is easy to give up, because by the end of all this life, it's just material things. I think it's the comfort. It's your love for your country, your memories, your loved ones, and especially that my mom and my dad are still there. But my mom and my dad are traveling back here, coming here and going home. But because of their age right now, I don't know if they still want to come here, because Canada is really cold. But
I don't know.
Well, you're used to.
Oh yes. Well, she is from a really
it's
hot
a tropical country.
I will say hot country.
Not
so,
hot.
It is
super hot. Our country is situated. You can check the globe. It's situated at the equator. So it's like feeling of having 3 or 5 sun in a day. That's hot. But it's not a desert, so you can still go out and enjoy, and we have wonderful beaches. So okay, going back to what we're saying. So it's really the loved ones and your friends. I have lots of friends back home, and I came from a big family. So that's what is hard to leave. And like what I said, it's the comfort of having everything that you basically need in your day-to-day life. But then again, I would just have to stare at my kids and my kids' future. And that is what matters. As long as the four of us are together, no matter what country you put us in, then that's all we need. And by the way, we prayed for this for a very long time, and we asked God's guidance and providence if we are really to this country. And when we applied for the study permit of my husband, everything was so smooth and so fast. I believe God wants us to be here. So here we are. Your question, was it worth it? I think it's too early to answer, because we're still working our ways here and our life here. And to tell you honestly, everything is a risk. And with that risk is a whole lot of new journey. And that is life. You get to enjoy the new things, embrace it, believe in it, do your best, and God will do the rest.
Amen. Yeah, that's a really good conclusion, actually. I just want to thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing your experience with us. And I just wanted to give you another perspective, because I know a lot of families and I know a lot of couples follow me, and I don't know, it's everybody's experience is different. And
That's correct.
I will say that coming here, giving up a lot of things back home, and bringing your kids to a brand new experience and learning from scratch, it's something that is not for everybody. But as you said, pray is a key, and involving God in our plans, it's, I think, the best decision. And that's what I think, in my opinion, and I think you agree with me, makes the difference. So yeah, that's everything for this video. Thank you for coming this far. And see you next week.
Bye.
There. Nice. Just one.
I did not do that.
I'm gonna do it again.
I don't understand what you're saying.